We continue to preview the 2025 college volleyball season. Our stop today is Fayette, Missouri, as we get to visit with Coleman Lee, who is the head volleyball coach for the Central Methodist Eagles. Coach, let's start in 2024, too, because it was another solid season, and that's pretty much the way it's been with you at the helm there. 26-8 overall, another trip to the national tournament. And, a 7-match winning streak in September, a 9-match winning streak in October. Looks to me like it was a solid year. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was a great year for us. I honestly think a lot of people saw it as being a rebuilding year for us, and that wasn't really the case. We dealt with a lot of injuries, which people probably didn't notice. We lost a freshman middle early on, had to deal with that. But really, the girls kind of just made it their goal this season to do something that hasn't happened at Central Methodist in a long time, and that was win conference regular season. We were able to do that, made another trip back to the national tournament. Luckily for me, we haven't missed out on the national tournament since I've been the head coach at Central Methodist, hoping we can keep that streak going. But it was a really solid year for us overall.
Absolutely. And your time there has been solid as well. I have you at 146-48. So nearly 2 for 1. As a matter of fact, better than 2 for 1 wins for losses there. That's pretty good. Talk about your 6 years there.
It's honestly been better than I could have imagined. You know, I'm not one of the types that, played at the Division I level and gets their first college job right off the bat. I really had to work my way up. So I officiated, I coached at the high school level, I run a club here in town. I was an assistant at Westminster College before becoming an assistant at Central Methodist. So this was my first head coaching job at the college level. And I think a lot of people thought it would be a 2 and done, 3 and done. But with the success that I've been able to have there and then running the club, here in Columbia, just 30 minutes up the road, it's kind of been a dream come true. I definitely don't want to wake up anytime soon. We want to keep it rolling. But like you said, having a record like that and being able to know that we're going to be successful year after year because of my staff, because of the way we train, and because of the culture we've developed, you just really can't get any better than that.
Well, we look ahead to 2025 now, and you were talking about, well, maybe it wasn't that much of a rebuilding year for you then. We know at least one area you're going to have to rebuild a little bit, and that is in the area of setters. You had a couple of good setters in that 6-2 system last year. Tell us a little bit about what we might see then from that portion of the game.
I'm excited about our setting unit. We had a freshman setter last year from Jacksonville Juniors, really, really solid club in Florida. She's having a great spring. We brought in a Brazilian setter transfer early, so she's been training with us this semester as a first-time freshman. And then we have a transfer coming in from a Division II JUCO that actually played club for one of my assistants. She's super solid. So the core group of setters have been around, have now seen our offense and what we like to run. We're always right side heavy. That's where we like to run our offense. So it's important for us to have 2 setters who can do it and can get our opposites the ball. So I think it's going to be really fun to see some of these younger setters or even the transfer setter come in and make an immediate impact.
All right. Well, to have someone to get the ball to for sure, because you have a couple of seniors coming back, players that have been a part of your program, and in Joanna Milho and in Jimena DeZeo. Talk a little bit about what you have from your outsides.
Well, on the court, they're great. Both point scorers. Joanna was over 3 kills per set this year on the outside, hitting a crazy percentage. But what they've really done for us this offseason is step into leadership roles. We lost a super solid group of captains last year. And so what we were most worried about wasn't necessarily our play or our production. It was our leadership. And G and Joanna both have taken that role, and they're doing a really good job with it. But right sides, I mean, we've got Martina Gonzato and Letitia Barea. They both had injuries early on. whenever they come back from their back injuries. I mean, I think TT was player of the week 2, maybe 3 times. And then we've got G, who adds a really good off-speed game for us, a lefty opposite. We have a freshman outside coming in who is just out of this world, front row and back row. She's going to be a 6 rotation kid. So really good production on both pins.
We're visiting now with Coach Coleman Lee from Central Methodist here on Midwest Sports Net, and I encourage you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We enjoy talking about small college sports and more throughout the Midwest and beyond. Coach, another area where looking through at least the numbers from last year, you didn't seem to be lacking for middles at all and help there to be able to have the defense there at the net. Talk a little bit about that area of the team coming into 25.
We were a little bit better defensively last year in the middle than we were offensively. People could probably look at our numbers and think, we didn't produce a ton there, but with the touches that we were getting at the net and then being able to play defense behind a disciplined block, that made a huge difference for us. But one of our biggest wins of the season, Park, we had never beat them, at least in my career. We had our freshman middle who touches 10 foot. I mean, she's an athlete out of this world. She tore her labrum in that match. And I mean, she was really changing the trajectory of that match. So she had surgery. We get her back. She's training with us in the spring. We actually have a transfer middle coming in that I know very well. She played for our club and did 2 years at Jefferson College. She was an all-conference kid for them this year. So our offensive production in the middle is going to be on a totally different level than it was this past season.
You mentioned Winover Park too, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In your time there at Central Methodist, the Heart Conference has evolved some, and there have been some more teams and still some more teams coming in. Talk about what it takes to win in a tough conference like that.
Well, it's not easy. And it gets tougher every year because, whenever I first started in the conference, Park was not a member. So, they immediately changed things. In 2019, I won the conference tournament over Grandview. And then the very next year, Park joined. So ever since, it's pretty much been a battle with us for the conference championship. MNU's always good. Benedictine has really turned it on here lately. And then surprisingly enough, I'm not sure if you've heard or not, but Missouri Baptist gets to join us next year. So, that's an even tougher match for us. So on a nightly basis, we have to show up to play. As a coach, that's a little bit stressful, but the benefit for us and, somebody playing like in the GPAC is or the Cascade Conference. I mean, they're the same way. You get to play those conference matches with top 25 capable opponents that make you better for the postseason. So that's the payoff.
Absolutely. Well, Commissioner Rule's doing a great job in really growing the conference, developing the conference, but still, I'm sure that doesn't make it easier for you night in and night out. So it makes for a lot of fun over the course of the regular season. And then I'd like to look ahead then as we wrap things up here today, previewing 25. You have that Heart Conference schedule, but you also have a trip to Missouri Valley and a trip to McPherson along the way to get things going in that pre-conference schedule. Tell us a little bit about 25.
Yeah, so we opened up with Missouri Valley tournament last year as well. The head coach there was kind of new, getting her feet wet, so she came into a situation where the tournament wasn't what I would call full. This year, she's done an amazing job of pulling in teams from other conferences. So we're going to get to see some teams that we've never even played before, which is kind of exciting for our girls. Some teams from the AMC conference who, is always pretty tough. They'll look different with William Woods and Missouri Baptist joining us this year. And then McPherson, I mean, he's one of my best friends in the college world. He's done an amazing job there. I don't know if you were able to follow them last season, but, he got his trip to the national tournament. They performed well there. We're able to beat Oklahoma Wesleyan, which is difficult for anybody to do these days. So we're going to get to play them on Thursday night before everybody else opens up the Friday and Saturday tournament. And I'm excited about it. I hate playing friends It's been a long time coming for us to even do it, but they're so competitive now. It's a game that we need to play. So I'm excited about that one.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations again on another solid season. Program going the right direction there, and we appreciate you taking some time to preview 2025. We'll follow the Eagles over the course of the year, and thank you again for spending time with us today here on the Summit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.